7 steps. Number 1, you have to provide a person when you're communicating, you have to provide the number 1 thing is a secure place to speak. Security, safety, okay, creates a safe place to speak. This space allows the person to freely share their thoughts and emotions. This is when people look at you as someone they can dump to, someone they can go to, someone that is going to give them an answer. You have to build these things. No filter. They can be emotionally honest. They can be free. This is what we're trying to, like when I have that conversation with you, Ali, you're asking me, you're listening to this. Imagine I perceive your angle as you're trying to dig because you have an agenda. I don't feel safe by answering the truth. So we also have to have in our own heart a merciful heart. I'm not trying to hurt the person. I'm not trying to dig because I want something. No, I'm looking for the truth because it's the right thing to do. And then let's say I'm going to hurt the person by exposing certain things. I don't do that. I stay merciful within my heart. Now, that's a little more complex. I'm not going to get into that. But these are extremely important things. This means sharing their truth emotionally with you. They can be emotionally honest. Number 2, okay, when a person feels like it is safe to speak, it allows the person to become honest mentally and emotionally. When you allow that person to open up, when you allow that person to feel safe, they're not threatened. You don't turn on their sympathetic nervous system. You turn on their parasympathetic nervous system. They're calm, indifferent. They can be honest. They can share and dump what's in their heart. Okay? You have to create that safe space to allow them to be honest. What happens when we do that? Okay? When they become honest, you're teaching them how to be courageous, because the beginning step to becoming courageous is to become honest. So you're actually teaching them how to be like, imagine when a kid does something wrong. What does the parent come in and do? What are you doing? They either hit them, they scream at them. So are they promoting honesty, or are they creating fear of honesty? They're actually creating, I'm not telling you not to put limits on certain things. That's not what I'm saying. But that's why it's very important for the first 7 years to be a caretaker, to allow them to be able to build the emotional intelligence, the emotional regulation, play with them, socialize them, have them conduct themselves properly. Why? Teach them how to be courageous with the truth. Teach them how to have courage towards the truth, not to step back and away from the truth. They're actually fearful of saying the truth, because if they say the truth, they're going to get punished. You want to allow them to say the truth so they can actually get rewarded. And that's what you want to build in the beginning, and build their system on to be truthful regardless of the consequence. Okay? Not to be fearful because I fear the consequence. Okay? So I'm not going to get into that much longer. Okay, every time you are honest, you become more courageous. You're teaching them how to be, you're teaching them how to have courage towards the truth. Okay? The courage muscle. Hormones responsible for courage: adrenaline and neuroadrenaline. This, subhanAllah, to me, this is one of the most beautiful things. I'm not going to get into that too much, but these are, I'm showing you now your mental and emotional algorithm. This releases when a person is actually facing the fear. It releases a completely different set of hormones when somebody's fearful versus when somebody's has courage. These are codes. They're mental and emotional codes, and they interact with the situation. And now they either unlock it or lock it further. Okay? So confidence. When we are more courageous, we can display who we are. We can face the fear. This is what happens to us internally. We become more confident. Okay? To become more confident, we have to have more courage. We have to be more courageous. When people have, when a person has the courage to say and feel what they think, they become more confident. Courage is needed for confidence to exist, because it's the opposite of fear. When we drop the outcome, this is something that you guys will learn, and I've said this a million times to you guys: drop the outcome, you'll drop the fear. This is you becoming actually more confident. This is the building block of becoming more confident. Okay? Now, sometimes you drop the outcome, sometimes you need to drop the process. And that's more complex, but I'm not going to get into that. Right now, let's say you accomplish something. I'll give you an example when you need to drop the process, not the outcome. When, let's say you succeed, you pass a class, you get your doctorate degree, whatever. Then what's next? A lot of us actually feel down because we actually reached our goal. So stop thinking about, oh my God, let's say I just got my degree and I want to go to my master's degree, but I look back and I say, man, I don't want to go through all that, all the days of studying and all these you're thinking of the process and what it took you. What you now need to do is actually think of the outcome. I want to get my master's degree. I see myself on stage holding up my master's degree. Completely different reality there, but I'm not going to get in that too much. Know when you are in process, performance, and outcome thinking. Know which ones are there, but that's just a side note. Okay. Neurotransmitters responsible for confidence, serotonin. When you're more confident, you actually release more serotonin. That's a neurotransmitter. Okay. Here, so we're building up an emotional and mental code and a physiological code. Courage requires adrenaline and neuroadrenaline. Okay. Then here we require more serotonin. So now your brain, by your thoughts, is releasing these chemicals into your streams. Okay. Now, what happens when we become more confident? We start taking responsibility. We start taking on more responsibility because we're not afraid to say the truth. When we're confident, we start taking on responsibility. Taking on responsibility requires the confidence to say the truth, even if it's against yourself. This is the beginning step of a responsibility. When I can say the truth, even if it harms me, over when it benefits me, I truly become an individual and have earned the mental and emotional strength that is necessary to be me. I'm now an individual. I'm now a voice. I'm not a yes person anymore. It takes that stream of connectiveness and the continuity between those thoughts to earn this emotion with yourself, to feel free. The opposite of security is freedom. This is freedom, emotional freedom. I don't have to curtail, cut off, shut down my emotions or thoughts. I don't have to feel depressed about certain things. I don't have to reject myself. I can be me. I'm free. I'm open. And it doesn't matter how the world sees me. Now, when I can do this, when I can be more responsible, I can be more fair, okay? When I take responsibility for my own actions and I can say when I'm wrong, then I can stand up for what I think and feel, okay, is right. When the person will stand up for what they think and feel is right, I become more trusted. Why? Because when I come and I tell you, listen, I also contributed to the situation. I'm sorry. I said things that I shouldn't have said. But I'm going to take my contribution and I'm going to apologize for my contribution. Because I said these things and they were hurtful. I'm being more fair. I'm being just, even if it's against myself. I'm saying the truth, even if it's against myself. I'm going to include this, and this is in Arabic, but one of the most beautiful things I've ever heard. And it's Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa alayhi. He says, علامة الإيمان. Okay? أن تؤثر الصدق حيث يضرك على الكذب حيث ينفعك. Meaning to adhere to the truth, even if it harms you, over lying and when it benefits you. He says, this is the sign of faith. This is a person who's faithful. How do you get to that emotion in your heart? You think that's easy? Let's say you're going to lose your whole degree because you cheated on an exam. You think you can say the truth? You think it's easy because you're going to lose so much? But we think we're going to lose. It's actually a benefit. No matter what it is, it's a benefit. To adhere to the truth, even if it's going to harm you, and you think it's going to harm you, it's not harming you. Trust me. The way you're building your mind and your emotional belief structure, it's incredible what happens to your heart. Okay? Now, my agenda here, okay, what I feel and I become more trusted, my only agenda is the truth for me or against me. No selfish means or ends are within my intention. This is me purifying myself. Me having one intention. I don't have mixed intentions. I'm one. I'm solid. I have integrity. I am me. I am whole. And I present the truth for me or against me through wisdom. Okay. Then I get what? Trustworthiness. When I can say the truth, even if it's against myself, people respect and honor me by giving me the gift of trust. It's a gift. When people trust you, it's a gift. People will give you that name that you are trusted. You cannot say, oh, I'm a trusted individual. No, people will give you that. And when I do that, when I'm trusted, I can influence, I can connect to others, I can see my faults and strengths, and I feel free when I'm not editing my thoughts and emotions. Freedom. I've literally earned freedom. Okay? Trust is the reward that I gain from others by becoming internally and externally honest.